Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we're going to do some clean and simple cards, and I have taken some little 3" by 3" squares. I've got some mats which are 3.5 inches because I wanted a slightly larger border, and I'm putting it on a square card which is 6 by 6 by 6, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. They're a standard card that you can actually buy as a card. So that's the clean and simple look. So everything is going to go inside here, and I just want to do a simple floral image, but I thought that I would look at two different ways of doing it. So I'm going to do one which is pure stamping. I'm going to do the others with some water-based markers. Now these are Stampin' Up ones and they're called Stampin' Right markers. You can get all sorts of different water-based markers, and that's what we need. So the first one, I've taken some stamps, old Stampin' Up stamps, various different ones. I'm going to be using this image to start off with, which is Fabulous Florets, and I'm going to take this one, which is here. I'm just going to pop it onto a block. Now it might actually fall off because it's quite an old one, but with a bit of luck it should. See if I can press it on and it's going to stay on. I think it will. So what I want to do is, with this one, I'm just going to do a pastel. These are pastel colours. So this one, I'm going to stamp it up to start off with. Just make sure that that's inked up. Really see whether it is or not on that. I think it is. And I'm just going to put one in on the centre, just at a slight angle. Okay, so that's that. Then I am going to get my stamping scrub so I can just clean this off. Okay, so we've got that on the center, which is rather pretty. And then I'm going to take a contrasting color. So I'm going to take this one. So that one was Fresh Freesia. I've no idea whether they are still available or not, but use what inks you've got. I always say use the inks you've got, the inks you like. And I'm going to do just in on this side, and I'm going to overlap it because I don't mind about it being overlapped. So we're going to have one like that, and I'm going to have one up there like that. Okay, so we've got three. I could have masked it, but I'm not worried about that. I quite like that just sort of look that we've got running through. Now, if you wanted it slightly differently, what you can do is, so that gives it like that, which, as I say, I know some of you will think, okay, that's fine. I know others will be shouting at the screen, turning around and going like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that. You can't overlap it. So what you can do is to just take it again on a scrap, just stamp it out, and then very simply you're just going to cut it out. It will give a little bit of dimension, but it will still keep that clean and simple look. So let me just get a little pair of scissors, and I'm going to very quickly just fussy cut this out. Now, because we've got a little bit of a border on here, I'm going to keep that border because we want to have a little bit of white coming through, because we've got white showing through on here as well. So just going to cut this out. And again, I know some of you don't enjoy fussy cutting. Mask it, keep it one level. I'm doing it like this because I quite enjoy fussy cutting. With fussy cutting, you keep your scissors fairly straight and you turn the paper with the other hand. So you can see this hand, I'm moving the paper from side to side. Now I know, you know, I've got a lot of subscribers that have been with me for a long time and you know all of this, but I do get quite a few new subscribers coming on and they haven't got as much experience. So fussy cutting is that thing where you move your paper and you keep your scissors, says me having just gone off the edge there a bit. So you turn your, this is my left hand, these are my scissor hands. The scissors are staying fairly straight and I'm just turning the paper so that the paper does the cutting. Okay, then I can put this in on here. That's going to come in over the top. I can just glue that down so it's centered. That's going to go in on here like that. And then you can just put a little sentiment on there. So that's one version. Okay, so I'm not going to stick this on yet because I might put it up with a little bit of dimension, but that's one. So let's do exactly the same stamp, but we're going to do it with a water-based marker. So with this, we can take different colours and things on here. So I'm going to take colours that are going to sort of complement each other. So I'm going to take these three. So it's very similar to the orange ones. And I'm going to take the pink first, I think, because that's the palest. So I'm literally just going to colour right the way across with the pink, going through all of these little bits in here. Now this is where I see whether this, having not used these for quite a while, whether they are have got enough ink on them. I think they probably have. I'm not completely sure, but we'll see. So then the next one is the next colour up. So with this, I'm literally just going to give just a little bit of colour in on here, which is the light part of these, and I'm just, you can see I'm literally just drawing through. Just taking it through like this till we come up to the front. And then I'm going to take the darker one and I'm going to do the opposite side. So we've got a little bit of dark coming through. You see where I'm just sort of doing it in between. Now, if you start with your lights and then tone down to your darks, what you'll find is that you will be perfectly safe to go from one colour to the other. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we then have to huff on it. So you can see the colour on there. Huff on it. And then we can put it down on here. And I'm going to leave it just for a second or two because I do want it to just soak in nicely. And then when we take it up, you can see, hopefully, you can see I've got all of those different colours on there. Can you see on there? Is that coming through? So you've got all of those pretty colours. Now, I'm going to do another one. And I like the pink. I think the pink looks beautiful. So I'm going to do another one, exactly the same sort of styling. So I'm going to start with the pink and just run the pink right the way over. So we have pink all the way over. Then I'm going to take the paler colour and I'm just going to go through in on here. Take it all the way around. So you can literally, all you're doing is colouring across, turning it round as you go and using a water-based marker. Then I'm going to take the darker one again. I'm going to take it down in on the opposite colour of these. Sign on the centre. So you've got these tones coming through. With the pales and the darks. Okay. And then we're going to do huff again. And I'm going to put this one in so it's not quite touching down on that side. And I'm going to take the other bit and do it on the other side so it's not quite touching on the other side. Oh, that didn't quite work. We're going to have to do another little tiny bit on there because that didn't quite come out. But can you see how pretty it looks? So I'm just going to do this one over. I'm just going to work out which side it is. There. It's got to come in over there, hasn't it? So I need to do that side. So let's do some of the middle one. Just doing it over the half like that. Then I'm going to take the darker one. And hopefully that will, am I doing it on the right one? Yes, I am. Okay, so I want this to come in on here again. There we go. Okay, so we've now got 3, and again, if I just bring that up, you can see how you've got that colour on there. And this one again is going to go onto the blue like that. Pop that in on the centre, and you've got 2 totally different looks. One using some markers, and if you haven't got markers, I'll show you how to do it with a water brush and some inks on the next video, because I'm going to do several like this, taking one stamp, doing 2 different ways. So you've got this one and you've got that one. So that's your solid ink. Let me see if I've got a blue in underneath as well, haven't I? So that is your, there we go. That's your solid ink. Take them up so we can look at them. Oh, fingers and thumbs. So that's the solid one, which works out like that. And this is the one where we've just used the water-based inks. Okay, so very simple, very clean, but 2 different looks using just one stamp and 2 different mediums. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.